What's up, Utah Mammoth fans, and welcome back to another Utah Mammoth Daily. So you can tell a lot about a team by not how only by how it wins. That was kind of hard to say, but by how it handles a loss. And Utah's season opener in Denver showed that their structure is real. Yeah, I am still talking about the Colorado game. The Mammoth didn't cave when they really could have. They didn't chase the game, although I would have liked them to chase it a little bit harder. They played a patient, system-driven style that kept Colorado from running away with the game. Last year, that's a game that probably ends 3-1, 4-1. This year, it was only 2-1, and Utah had some real chances to equalize in the third. That's what Andre Turigny has been preaching since training camp. Discipline over chaos. And when you hold one of the NHL's most dangerous offenses to just 2 goals, you've proven your system can work. Now, the next step is converting that structure into actual tangible results. The Mammoth don't need to reinvent anything. They just need to trust what they've built. And for a team in only its second year in Utah, that's already an impressive sign of maturity, especially for a team that was one of the youngest in the league, were it not for a couple of offseason transactions. So I'm really encouraged by what I saw, even though it was a loss. But if those 1-goal losses keep stacking, I will get discouraged very quickly, as I think everybody else will. So let's talk about a primetime rookie. Dmitry Simashev. The rookie defenseman made his NHL debut against one of the toughest possible opponents, and he didn't flinch. Simashev used his size smartly, boxed out net front threats, and made clean outlet passes. The kind of quiet, detail-oriented play coaches love, hardcore fans notice, and doesn't show up on the stat sheet, really, other than keeping the opponent's goal-scoring tally low. He's not flashy. What stands out most is his poise. You don't look 20 years old when you're breaking up an avalanche rush with perfect stick positioning and with reading the play. Simashev's presence also helps balance out the blue line while other guys are still figuring out where they fit. Olli Mata and the other pairings are kind of fluid outside of the top line of Sergachev and Marino. So who knows what those lineups are going to be? Is it going to be Durzi Schmidt? Is it going to be Schmidt Simashev? Is it going to be Mata Simashev? How is this going to work out? But having somebody as calm and collected and cool back there as Dmitry Simashev, and if he continues to play like this, it'll be hard for Andre Turigny to take him out of the lineup even when everyone's healthy. For a team that's been searching for reliable youth on the back end, Simashev might already be the answer. Not only that, there are guys in the minors that are working their way up as well, chief among them, Maverick Lamoureux. So there's a lot going on if that's positive for the Mammoth on the blue line, where last year that was Heartbreak Hotel for the most part. So now let's move on to another positive from training camp and the preseason. That's Andrew Agozzino. He's the glue guy. When injuries hit, specifically to Alexander Kerfoot and Liam O'Brien, Agozzino was one of the last forwards standing at the end of camp, veteran forwards, that is. And instead of just filling a roster spot, he's not just filling a jersey, he's earning every minute, and he's playing hard every second he's out on the ice. He brings what every good bottom 6 player should: responsible shifts, smart defensive reads, and a motor that doesn't quit. You can see why the coaches trust him. He doesn't cheat for offense. He plays within the system, and he supports Utah's young forwards with veteran calm. On a roster that has plenty of flash up top, Agozzino's steadiness gives the Mammoth something they were missing a year ago: predictability. You know what you're getting from him every shift, and that's invaluable when you're filling in for guys that will be back later in the season. So it's not sexy, but it's the kind that wins you close games come March. And these young guys are learning from the veteran Andrew Agozzino, who's been around the block quite a few times. He's worn 15 different professional sweaters, I think the broadcast said, in the game against Colorado. So he knows what it takes to reach the NHL, and he knows what it's like to grind away down in the AHL and in juniors. So Andrew Agozzino is nothing but a positive force for this team, and he filled in quite well and quite admirably in a game against the Colorado Avalanche. So I was pleased with what I saw there, even though personally I would have liked to see Daniil Boot or Tijiginla up there. Those two guys still need a little bit more seasoning in the AHL and juniors, respectively. So really good things I saw out of both guys that surprised coming out of camp. And now let's kind of move on to building early momentum. The Mammoths' next stretch includes 10 of their 15 first games of the season on the road. And that stretch could define the early season rhythm. This team proved to Denver that it can skate with elite talent. Now it's about turning close efforts into points. That starts with confidence. Don't overcorrect. Don't tinker too much. The message from Andre Turigny this week is likely simple. Play the same game, but finish your opportunities. The crowds in the different arenas are going to be loud, and next week the crowd at Delta Center is going to get their first real look soon. I said it myself, it's the Delta Center. And this team has an opportunity to feed off of that energy. Utah's fan base has already set the bar. They sold out preseason games, and they actually traveled to Denver in more numbers than I was expecting. I saw some Utah Hockey Club as well as some Utah Mammoth jerseys in different camera shots, something we didn't see last year. So that was pretty cool to see. The players feel that. Every successful franchise has a few defining turning points. The next 15 games here could be Utah's first real one of the 25-26 season. And the Utah Mammoth weren't terrible on the road last year when they were the hockey club. They went 20-16-5. So they were better on the road than at home. And so you're going to expect that home performance to be better. So if they could continue that road performance, maybe improve by a game or two this year, they're a playoff team. So I wanted to shout that little statistic out as well. Might have been a loss in the first game, but if, the past is prologue, then we're looking at some good stuff here on the road and improvement at home. Now, lastly, let's just kind of forget what happened on those odd man rushes, the lapses in defensive communication, because even after a loss, there was a lot to like. Structure, poise, and new contributors stepping up. Simashev looks like the real deal. Agazino's proving his value, and the Mammoths foundation continues to look stronger than ever. So this has been Utah Mammoth Daily. Tusks up, and we'll be back tomorrow where I'll have more of a reaction of the Nashville game. So Tusks up, and I'll see you all then.